Buenos dias, what's up, guys? Give me just a second here, getting some things fired up. I know we just opened, and I will start going through what I'm watching. The first thing, right as we opened here, we filled the session gap perfectly already. We also filled the gap on Qs right there on that candle. SPY's gap was basically already filled. Here's yesterday's close. So gap fills have already taken place. And we are pushing up here right at the open. Give me just a second. I'm still getting some things set up here. And we're going to take a look at that right there. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys. Let's take a look at what we've got here. Here's the what's in play that I've been talking about. We already filled the gap. We talked about that already. So this what's in play is really cool because this is something that I do manually, something I look at no matter what. Basically every morning I'm going to look, I'm going to see, do we have gaps? Do we have, it's upside, downside? How big is that gap? Are we going to fill it? Those kind of things. So that's one of the first things I look for. I don't like to trade the first 15 to 30 minutes. Obviously on Edgeful we do have reports. You can customize this, so if you like the 30-minute orb like me, you can go to the actual report page and do that. But this what's in play, they have some of these already preset. IB initial balance at 60 minutes. stats as this forms. Here's this one I really like. This one's really cool too. The ADR, average daily range. So this is automatically going to calculate what is our total daily range. And look, we've respected this the last 4 out of 5 days. We did exceed it. Of course, we had some wild moves last week, but this is something I'm watching. But I love that I can come down here and I can see, okay, how much have we used already? Where's the top, where's the bottom of it on SPY. So this ADR report's really cool, and then I can go, if I want to see more details, I can go to that. But as this stuff is forming, so we'll see this change here in just a little bit. Once we get to 15 minutes in, we're going to see all kinds of stats right here to watch as well. NQ is pushing up. I mean, this is already some, honestly, this is kind of a short zone, but the way we've pushed up here so fast, I don't really want to touch that just yet. Let's let these orbs develop, and let's take a look at some levels here. QQQ, daily picture. This is something that we want to keep an eye on. We have some gaps. This area right here is what really needs to fill. I mean, that's a big ol' area that I would love to go fill. So this gap, I really like. So, you could draw it basically right in there. There's a few ways to look at this gap. Obviously, that's that's the actual gap. That's the first gap because you just go to where the price action has a gap, but the actual close gap is all the way up here. So we'll watch that. But these NFP levels, and if you guys have listened to us on Spaces, we've talked about NFP levels a lot. So upper targets on QQQ, this 490 area and 496. Those would be the two upper targets. If we get over, I've got this high right here. You see 1, 2, 3 touches here on this high going all the way across. And we're starting to get these little same upper wicks up here, which I don't know that it's concerning because it's still a pretty bullish structure. But we're kind of stuck in this little range here until we can pierce this. We really need to pierce and get some kind of close above this level right here. And I'll feel much better about taking it back towards the highs. Obviously, downside levels, we have this stuff down here to watch. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting slapped down a little bit up here. I know this is a lot on my chart, so let's. This is what I normally look at throughout the day, but let's take off some stuff here. Pivot points. Yesterday's orb, you can always look at yesterday's orb as a key level. Lower orb down here, that's an interesting spot for me. Once again, I'll use the 30 minutes, so I just customize this to the 30 minute, and then if I go over here and pull the report, I can change that and customize that. I'll look at that here in just a second once we get a little bit closer to it. Oh yeah, I was gonna post this link in Discord as well. There we go, got that over there. Okay. If I zoom out here a little bit, there's a couple of places to look. So this is, I already had that one. Had that one drawn. This is kind of one general fib. The reason I have this one drawn was because of this swing low right here. This is kind of an interesting, you see some of these key levels. I mean, right there, yeah. But I'm going to draw, I want to look at yesterday's. So the one I have to draw is this one. So I want to look at this one first. So this is yesterday's low to the high, which we ripped absolutely crazily yesterday. We did a 50% retrace overnight, so that was pretty nice to see. Why is my video's lagging? I think I've got too much going on here on my computer. Close out some stuff. There we go. Wow, look at this rejection here on the 15-minute. Yeah, we got into that 200, which previous high 200 to 204 area yesterday. The reason I have a level right here, 208. The reason I have that is based on a fib as well. But I'm looking at this first because we have this retrace right here and the pivot point. So we want to watch this pivot point. We definitely want to watch this one. And to the upside, we want to watch this up here. I have this marked 250. So that's going to be a key level for me. Looking at the book map, they did spray a little bit of orders up there. Wow, we just had some big sells on the book map, by the way. 100, they got, yeah, it's still some up here, 212-ish, 208, up at 250. Big orders down at 100. 100 and then 20,000 even. Interesting. Okay, sorry, I was kind of, my brain's working in real time right now, guys, as I'm watching this stuff develop a little bit. Couple minutes, we'll have the first 15-minute orb for anybody that uses that. The reason I had this level up here yesterday, no, it was right here. So yesterday, this was the open right here. Let me adjust this. This was where we were at the open. So we're opening candle to the low, and then look, my favorite fib extension. If you don't have this 1272 on there, make sure you add it on there. And of course, we rejected that. If we go higher, look where this is my other target today. So if we break over this today, 250, and then this right here, 278 to 282. That's going to be upside targets. I'm actually going to leave this on my chart just because I want to see that. Reject here. You come back to back test. If this fails, you usually come back to the 786 fib, which we did. This was the afternoon trade I was kind of looking for. It happened here. We got there again and supported. We failed that. We came to the next fib, and look how we held very nicely on this one down here. And there's that pivot point. Look at that pivot point. So pivot points, we got to have them on our chart, guys. If we're trading futures, there's just obvious reactions there. If we maintain this low, I'm going to take this off. I'll put it back on just to make it easier for you guys to see. Golden retrace rejected there. Perfect hold there right at the open. And we're up here. So this is a tough spot because this is a big short area until this breaks over. If this breaks over, then we obviously want to be long. I'm not seeing much that tells me either direction right now for me personally. But I am watching this right here. Interesting. Yeah. So as long as we kind of hold this right here, I mean, this at the worst, this area at the worst, then we look for, and look where this fib extension takes us, right to where that 250 area is. And then if things do get really spicy today, there's another target. So that's what so like if I see something that looks decent that I want to get long down here at some point today, obvious trims are going to be right here at 200. But if we get over this, I would just be spraying out trim orders, front running into this 250, this area here, where I was showing you guys a while ago, 78 to this area. And then this would be basically my ultimate target if we go upside. Downside, obviously, we can look at several other things. We're still developing here. So, I don't really want to draw a whole lot just yet, but something to look at. Um, yeah, gosh, 120, 118. If we get this level again, I almost have to try along there. But we may not even get it though. I'm looking over like Nvidia right now. I mean, look at this. Nvidia is over all kinds of stuff. 123 was a pretty interesting spot here, but over 123, we're going to get up into this action probably somewhere in here. Gosh, that's strong. They have a catalyst today, them and Meta both. Yeah, look at Meta here. Yeah. So we have some strong tech names. That makes me want to kind of stay away from the short side, at least early this morning. SPX, one thing that we really have to watch on SPX is this 5750 up here. That's the JPM collar, is kind of the top of that. But this was the biggest key. So right down here, 5700. We held this yesterday. This is a big level, especially in the Gamma and Gex. We held this, so we want to keep watching that. Let's jump back over here and see if this updates. All right, so we do have on SPY. Let me throw this on here so you guys can see both sides of this. So this is something I look at manually almost every day. We can take this one off. Let me go to my indicators and orb. I have it on the 15-minute right now. I like the 30-minute more, but just to show you guys this example, we have this orb set right here. We have previous day high. If we immediately hold right here, this is uber bullish, and we look to break this. But what I like about this what's in play, we've had a double break of this 15-minute orb almost every day, which is really interesting. That means that almost every single day we're going to break both sides of this. So that's very interesting to see. Look at this, 72%. So even if we do break upside here, we still have a strong chance to break downside of this 15-minute orb. That is a very interesting stat. Very interesting. And then we'll watch this here about later. This is brand new, by the way. This is beta, so they're still figuring this out. This gap fill one would have been beautiful to watch. Obviously, based on yesterday's close, we filled this gap like right at the open. We didn't have much of one on QQQ. We filled it on this opening candle as well. Gosh, look at this price action. It's all over the place right now. All over the place. Let's take a look at bigger picture here. This is why I have 250 marked on my chart as well, to go along with those fib extensions. That's very, very interesting. Higher lows. I mean, this is basically still a higher low. I mean, this is an equal low, kind of a double bottom. But look at these wicks. Every time it's coming up, I mean, this is a very bullish structure still. Everything that comes down here is getting bought up very strongly. And then this is what I'm watching right now. So we are super bullish here at the open. We have strong tech. I'm looking through Mag 7, Nvidia 2% up, Meta 1% up, AMD is up almost 1%. IWM's getting smacked right now. Gosh, IWM getting smacked. Interesting. This is going to be an interesting session to trade. Tech strong. SPY is stuck. SPY is stuck at this 571. If we look at the big picture on SPY, highest, I mean, that was yesterday's close. I just think we're still going to do something like this for a while here. Now, you guys, I know I love my fib extensions. Look at that. Stay above this 571. We'll just call it 571. There's an upper target for you. But we never even really fully back tested this either. But I mean, don't forget we have that SPX 5700 big key level, so it's basically right here, 567. So basically this area right here is going to be a big area to watch. And if you look, I mean, we can almost put it on this low right here. So we'll just call it 568. That area, if this breaks, then we're looking for down here. Um, hmm. Strong tech right now. SPY not nearly as strong. There's that level I was just talking about. So this zone is probably a buy zone until it fells. If this breaks though, I don't know, guys. This is going to be an interesting session to trade. I mean, we're just going higher lows. And look at this, the 4 hour 21 is doing very nicely there. What's our daily look like? Daily one. There's so much resistance right here. From 189, really from 180 to this like 208, 215. I mean, it's a short zone, but this is like what, 1, 2, and you're getting your third try at this same level. I mean, that's tough because you've got this, boom, boom, boom. I have to think we probably break to the upside today, just based on what I'm seeing so far. Now, if this gets a big rejection and comes back down here and starts falling, yeah, I mean, in other scenarios, I would probably be trying a short up here. But I don't even like shorts. With NVIDIA and Meta have that event today. We also have this, so let's jump over to our earnings hub just so we can look at what's going on. MU. We have semi earnings this afternoon. People may be front running that, may be excited about that. Earnings hub, they have some of the economic data on here. This is the economic calendar I use. New home sales. I don't really have anything that's going to really affect. I mean, if this comes in terribly, and some people look at that as like, okay, maybe that's an issue for the consumer, but I don't think we're going to see anything out of that. 5-year note, maybe we get a little bit of a volatility later. Interesting. I mean, the thing is, we're in the short zone, and I'm not, because I'm kind of focused on this. I hear spaces in the background. I'm sure Sharky's probably looking at this as a short zone, but I mean, I think you have to consider it. I mean, that 205. That's gonna be. I just think this wants to go. What's NVIDIA doing? I keep these up. I have another window open on my, so I watch like all these. I mean, yeah, look at that. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's flying. Meta. Yeah. I don't know if you want to short this. I don't know that it looks super good to me right now. We're right in the middle of this. 571.50 right now on SPY, right in the middle of this. That's interesting. I know some of you probably use ATR or ADR as a calculator. It is interesting to see. QQQ. I mean, with VIX the way it is, we've been exceeding this way more than normal. That's a really interesting stat there. There was another thing I was going to look at over here. Price action. Let me go to... I mean, it's still a short zone. SPY is doing what it needs to do, holding above 571. So I think you have to lean on the bullish side bias right now. This is interesting on QQQ right here. QQQ strongest early in the week too. Let's go to year to date. That was 6 months. Year to date. Today's Wednesday. This is tough. So this is a split one. But relatively Wednesday's actually not the best day for a green day on tech on QQQ. That's something interesting that you can always look at. Just in general, the market on Wednesdays has been kind of down this year. Thursday, look at Thursday for SPY. So this just tells me right now I don't have much of a I just don't have much of a good reading. Look at Meta. That's a bearish engulfing. Nothing bearish about NVIDIA right now. With NVIDIA this strong, I don't want to be short. Oh, it's breaking. Okay, now we're breaking over. So here's your target, 250. So if you're long, 250. We're just now going to get that first half hour that I like to use, the 30-minute orb. So once this candle finishes here in, 30 seconds, then we'll have that to look at. I don't know, guys. I mean, you broke the highs. So at this point, I think you have to go higher. I mean, an immediate fell back under, which we did like right here. I mean, we went a little bit higher and immediately fell back under. But based on this, overnight low, yesterday's high to overnight low, I think we hit this. And look, we've broke the upper orb. I think you're going to hit this next. It could fell right back under. New home sales just came out. NVIDIA, gosh, flying. I want to see what these stats are on NQ right now. Interesting on the weekday. Let's look at our... So I was talking about this opening range breakout. Year to date. This is just New York session. I have it set here. $30 So just to show you guys real fast. So 30 minutes, and then do we double break it within the next 30 minutes? So the probability that we come break this in the next half hour, so by 10 o'clock or so, the chances are super low, super low. I mean, for this to completely reverse right now is super low. Now I can change this to throughout the day. So we have less than 0.5% chance, or less than half probability that we break this as well today. I mean, once you already break this, that's tough. I don't know. I think what you want to watch for today now, especially with NVIDIA, with the event later today, is something like this. And then up there. I think this is what I'd be looking for today. You reject in this area, you come back test, you back test the orb, or you back test this high right here. You could even back test down here lower. I mean, even if it did this, something like that, you're still fine. I mean, our upper orb's gonna be 235 today. That previous high was 214, and so that's one of the other reasons I love drawing these fibs, because I can see where that previous high is so easily on my chart. Interesting. The other thing I can do is draw that. So yesterday, the reason I like this fib right here, this would be the other one to watch, and I'll keep this on my chart because I like this. I think we're going to go here. Now, if you're looking to short today, the short's probably short right in here. I mean, obviously you need some kind of relative weakness there. Some short right here, and then come back to here. You take most of your profit, and then you look for it to fall back under here. If you're going to short today, this is this 250 area, or this up here is the area. Let me look over at the book map. They have some orders at 2300. There's not a lot there, but there are some up there, and it's going to be right up here. Yeah. Maybe 20 and 120K and 2050 downside liquidity. Nothing's really sticking out to me on liquidity. Now, I do want to mention this ES. Let's take a look at ES. I don't trade ES a whole lot, but ES itself can tell you a whole lot about what's going on. There is a Great Wall of China right here on Bookmap. If this gets tested, I mean, even as close as we are here, this right here, rejecting on ES, makes me think wherever NQ is at that time, probably also going to reject. So if that lines up with this, so that's something I'm going to be watching. So if I see ES get up, if ES comes up here and gets slapped down, even though it's making a new high, it slightly took a new high right there, didn't it? But still, just based on Bookmap, if this gets rejected and slapped right here, maybe that times out with this up here. We'll see. I can just move this real fast. I'm trying not to put too many things on my chart to not overwhelm you guys that are looking or watching. But yeah, if you hit this right here at the same time, ES ES is what, 4 points away. The other interesting thing is SPX is at 57.40 right now. 57.50 is that big collar that I was talking about JP Morgan's got on. So basically, essentially 10 points higher on SPX, which on ES right now is going to be 57 or 58. No, it's going to be 58.06. And look at this. Where's my pivot point? Look at that. 10 points higher from where we're currently at on ES is this. So if it doesn't reject here, I would look for it to reject here because that's the SPX level. So this is how I set up my day. I know we're 30 minutes in. This is, a lot of times I start taking trade right now. I'm not really super excited to trade anything where we're at, but that's kind of where this is kind of how I'm setting up what I'm looking at today and why I make some of the decisions I make. I know some of you guys listen to me are like, how in the world, why is he going short here? I'm looking for like 3 or 4 things to line up. So I'm looking for Nvidia or Microsoft, something like that, to come into like a key level or to break key structure. I'm looking for SPY, ES, SPX to be, maybe at some key levels, and then tech itself. Boom. So as I was talking about, we just hit 250 to 255. I almost want to take a short on this right here. Can I take a short on it right now? Am I a little late? Probably a little bit late. I might be late. I think I'm late. I could take a starter. So I would look for this to reject back here, and then back to here. I'm take a little short. That 250 I think is a big area. Let me see what they fill though on the book map. So far it looks like buys still. Where's this upper orb? 234. I think I am gonna take a little short starter right here just to see. A small size, because I just want to see what happens. And I can take a small add right there. Because we are extended from this. Where's SPX is at 40, ES, where's ES? It's the first time I've ever taken a trade on stream. I know y'all can't see it because it's in my other window, but I wasn't really planning on trading on stream, but I am in this short right now. I see a comment down there. How would I trade MU with earnings tonight? If anything, I would just want to be long NVIDIA. I don't know if I want to touch MU. I personally, my trading style, I do not like trading earnings at all. I'm just not a fan of it. If anything, I would wait and just read the earnings report and see, was it good earnings? How are we reacting? Look at this rejection right here. This is looking decent, but we still need a better candle than this. I think if we touch this 255, I'll add a little bit, and I'll probably have a tight stop. Yeah, I don't like trading earnings, personally. I do not like trading earnings. Maybe a shooting star on NVIDIA to come back down and fill this little, see this gap right here? Maybe we get that. What else is Tesla? Oh, Microsoft's kind of strong right now. Interesting, Amazon and Apple are red. So I'm short here. I'm looking for this as first trim. Probably right here, second trim, small, and then another main trim here. Let's see if we reject. I could probably. I don't know if y'all can hear my. Can y'all hear just my voice? I'm just curious. Tom Crown, I'm gonna have to get you to give me some. Oh, thanks, Audrey. Andre, the Ray, El Rey. I'm gonna get Tom Crown to talk me through some of this stuff. All right, there's that level. Let's see if it rejects. This is still pretty strong. It probably wicks above and then does something. We're looking way too strong to try this short, but since we're on stream, I thought I'd try it light. Problem is, I really don't like shorts just the way we are over those previous highs. But if we can scalp it back to here and then find out what happens, we'll see if it works. What's ES doing? That's promising on ES. Honestly, I don't think ES is going to go any higher. But it could support and hold trend here. IWM is getting smoked. SPY needs to lose this. I'm not a big fan of this short right here. We need the 5 minute to close under here. Yeah, it's pushing through. So it probably pushes up here. I don't like that this candle broke over this. So this probably is immediately going to try to hold this. I mean, we would need some kind of big fell right here. Yes, never made it up here. Yeah, let's see if this immediately holds right here. So this is basically where most of my entry was. I can go ahead and like get out of a lot of my, some of my short here. And not do any damage. So that's one way I could like manage this. Yeah, I don't like this. Spy holding trim or holding yeah. This I think we're going up here. Because look at that, immediately held that. So this is your next target up. I don't want to long here because I don't want to long for this, but I don't want to be in this short. book map, there were some cells at this area though. I'm seeing they've thrown up a little liquidity above that 5800 on ES. Just that's interesting. Um, hmm. I'd like to see this area tested again, and either get out or see if it fails. I knew it was risky, so that's why I'm very small positioned right now. I mean, I could add up here, but I don't really want to add. I mean, this is immediate hold of this. I mean, it didn't even come back to this 250. Interesting. Like I was saying a while ago, though, Nvidia, I mean, 3%. Nvidia's on something else right now. Look at this. Until this cools off, you don't really want to be shorting, period. I mean, this is the other thing. Previous day high, look at that immediate hold on SPY right there. What's our previous? And this was a big area the other day too. I don't know, we'll see what's... Amazon, Apple, slightly red. Everything else is pretty... This looks like the trend day. Yeah, this right here is the next spot. Based on where this rejected, I think this probably rejects. So, I mean, do I want to... I mean, I could just get out here and add more, or, you know, re-enter up there. Or I could just stay underwater a little bit. You've got to have NVIDIA cool off. Starting to get some rejection there on NVIDIA, though. Interesting. SPY not participating. IWM all over the place. This needs to, there we go. There we go. All right. I put some orders in right here to get back out of some of this short. Just I'm not a big fan of it. But the only thing, ES kind of holding us down, but it did hit the 21. We did break this candle. It's not quite an engulfing candle. We got to get back under this, and then I think we get here and we take off pretty much the whole position. I should get some fills right there. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. I got some fills back in the green here. One of these days I'll figure out how to stream Yeah, so I'm putting my stop like right here on the few that I'm still holding, because if I get stopped here, I'd rather re-enter up here than hold drawdown up to here. But I think we'll touch this. We want to see what happens to SPY down here. You know, we looked at that double break of the 15-minute orb earlier, and we broke the upper. I've got a whole slew of orders right here. Whole slew of orders right here to get out. And Nvidia new high 225 though. I mean 220, 125 on Nvidia might reject. And as long as, I mean, ES is struggling. I'm looking at the book map, seeing more selling on ES. I see more selling. I don't see much. Yeah. If anything, I see ES coming down, and Qs may just chop. We may just do this. What's going on with the Amazon? That's weird. It's recovering a little bit. Apple's red. Apple's probably still going to come up here though. Microsoft still pretty strong. If you're looking to get long, right here, here and here, a pretty big bottom wick on SPY right now. See, my entry for the shorts is right in this area. So like, I'm slightly green on this. I got a couple trims back out, basically just de-risked. Okay, we're under the level. We need to get under this. We need to come touch this right here. We need to touch this. But I'm already seeing, I can just eyeball this. Nvidia is going to go to 125. How about that? Whole number and NFP. You probably do this on Nvidia. This is, so for those of you that listen on Spaces all the time, I haven't even checked to see if I have I was just checking the comments over here. I've got orders all right here on this short to get out of almost all of it, because I'm looking for this to touch. I just got one right there at this. Boom, boom, orders filled, orders filled, orders filled. Okay. So I made some money here. I'm out of pretty much everything. I'm going to put my stop right here because I don't want it to go any higher than that. I'm looking to take another trim here. 215. I'll front run that 215.15, and then I'll see if we can get I'm gonna go 205 because that previous high we had the other day, I don't know, 208. If I had more ammo, I think you go to 182. But if you're looking to get long, I mean, this would be your spot right here. say are immediately buying up. That's why we wanted all those trims. So essentially, I can't have a red trade here, no matter what. If it goes back over this right here, I'm gonna stop out, basically break even on these runners. Yeah. That's why we had all those orders right there, because the way the structure is, we broke the orb, we probably hold it. Look where it bounced. Guys, if y'all hear me talk about the outer VWAP band, here, let me turn this off so you can see. EMAs are off. This is my VWAP. This is the outer VWAP band. Band multiplier number 1 right there. I use this all the time, especially on trend days. And look at this. Look where they bought this. And this whole candle, they're going to try to flip it green here. But that's fine. And if you got long down here, beautiful. Beautiful instant. I mean, if you had orders sitting right here to get long, I mean, you only had 8 points of drawdown or so. I think you invalidate below down here. We're still extended from this 21. We almost got there. SPY hit that spot too. Look at this. This was the buy spot on SPY, and it's getting bought up already. So you got to see what the candle develops into. All about taking your shots. Now notice we never came back over this, so I'm still in the short. We want this level right here. We opened up below. We want this order right. We want this right here. And we want this one right here. Boom, boom. Got a fill. Got a fill right there. Give me this level. Give me this 208. Give me this 208. So what we're looking for, failure of that area, and we went over this before we ever got up here. I went over this earlier, guys. And if any of y'all joined late, this will be able, you can watch this back. Honestly, you really want this to stay under right here. Maybe, because you have a slight fair value, you got maybe this previous wick right here. But if, I mean, right here, you really want it to just stay under this orb. And we want to back test this level. This is the area that we're looking for this trim. So we trimmed right here yesterday's high. This right here was the fib level that I was looking for. And I still have it on my chart for a reason, because we'll trim there. 200's a whole number. And we have a previous high way back here too. Right here, this 204-ish. So we got to watch that too. We gotta see if we can get that. And honestly, if you wanted to flip long, anywhere from, honestly, any of this area is a long area. I think you still have this NVIDIA Meta event later today. What's SPY doing? SPY just, well, that's technically a double break. We talked about that earlier. No, I'm using the 30-minute. They have the 15-minute on here. Like it tells you. Oh wait, I'm on futures. What's in play? Let's go to stocks. Well, we made a little bit of money on that opening short. We saw the stats this morning. I talked about this earlier. Double break. Double break every single day. We did a double break. Broke here. We're breaking down here. But they're buying it off of this level still. I mean, look where these candles are still at. Now, just a pro tip. Wicks are one thing to watch. Candle closes are another thing. Look where these candles are still closing way up here. At least this pre-market area. Look at these 5-minute candles are still up here. I'd want to see a candle close down here. And that's still, even if a candle still closes down here, I think you still have a chance to do this. Speaking of candle close, we want to see if this candle close stays under this. There's your EMA and this. We want to get back inside of this VWAP band, close under here. That would be, I mean, I'd almost think about adding back in and putting my stop probably down in here somewhere, just tight. If I add, I don't want to leave my risk all the way up here. That's just me and how I trade. Let me flip over to my other. But yeah, if you long the back test of yesterday's high right here, it's almost 25 points or so. And this still looks very bullish. I mean, this looks very bullish. We didn't even touch the 21 EMA yet. It's a pretty strong trend indicator so far this morning. All right, so this candle closed above. Now look, immediate hold of this is super bullish to me. Immediate hold. But these are 5-minute candles. You know, a lot can happen in this 5-minute candle. This 5-minute candle could close here, it could close down here, it could close right here, who knows. So we gotta watch it develop. But looking at this, not a whole lot bearish to look at. Now we got a nice short scalp there. I only have a few runners left just because I de-risked a lot. When we came back down and I got back to my entry here, I went ahead and took some off just to de-risk the trade based on what I was telling you, because I was telling you guys this looks pretty strong. Nvidia's pretty strong. So it's tough. I mean, look at Nvidia up 3% still. Now, me personally, you know, I'm still short a little bit. I'm in profit here. I could just take it off and be happy with my trade. But I set my risk, so I'm fine. I don't care if it comes up here. I still have a green trade no matter what. If this fails, we'll make a little bit more money. If this comes back up here, we'll lock in a little bit of what we had. If I just get out right here, you know, a little bit extra, but it's not that big of a deal to me. If you have room, I'd still be trimming to de-risk. Just because of the way this candle looks and the way this, like, buying it up right here still. EMA 9, outer VWAP band. I would still love to see this level tested right here and the 21 EMA. Bookmap. There's a little bit above us at that 280 area that I was talking about. That makes perfect sense. Look where this is right here. 282, 278. there's still some liquidity up there. I'm not really seeing much size. I see more buying size than anything. ES is not doing anything. Look at SPY. Under VWAP, under the EMAs, off the lower orb, rejecting. This is the midpoint of the orb. So I had Edgeful. Well, shout out Edgeful, by the way. If you guys aren't using Edgeful yet, you've got to go try it out. I mean, these indicators come from them. All these different reports. I mean, there's so much stuff on here. Thursdays are super bullish on SPY, by the way. Very even Wednesdays. Interesting. So if we come back over this, I'll get stopped out. If it rejects, and we can always get back in a trade too on the futures, right? I think we probably go here next. If you longed off of yesterday's high, so if I wasn't in a trade at all, you could have longed off of yesterday's high. Once again, let's zoom out and look. Yesterday's high. Could have longed off of yesterday's high. And this would be, I mean, if you longed here, your first trim could be here. It's 20 points. So you could have longed here, trimmed here, next trim here, target here. Just for the other trade ideas. So somebody out there probably did. Frankie probably did, which Frankie probably threw on 50 lots and already sold it all on this pop. But we'll see what happens. We're above orb here, bullish. We're still below this, which I drew this 251. That was a previous high. We did pierce it, so to me that's a little bit more on the bullish side. Obviously, this is bullish. This is the biggest, the biggest thing, bullish. Interesting. Somebody wants to see Tesla. Tesla looks beautiful. On my other chart setup, I have this 255 right here, and we're piercing over it. Look, we held. Look what we held. See this fib? That takes us back to that previous high. It may do something like this. That would be beautiful for right on the last day of the month for Tesla to close up here. That would look so good. Interesting. Tesla's third crack at this. Yep, Tesla's probably gonna go. No, we're still alive here. This is what y'all hear me say. Oh, I'm still alive. Well, it's because of the way I trade. This was my area to get short, so I took a starter. I added. Tesla's an interesting one. All right, we're still alive. 211. All right, come on, come back down. It's still holding like EMA9. I mean, a lot to get through right here. But if it gets through that, we should see this. Boom. I like how we failed right here again. Here we go. So instead of this 208, I'm gonna look for this, the trim. I want to put it right here because it could just wick straight off of that 21 because we haven't touched. I mean, look, we haven't touched the 21 since right here. So I'm gonna put the trim right above that, and I'll just put it on the bottom of this wick actually. So I have a trim set right here, 212-ish, because I already got a trim here, 212-ish, just to front run this. I mean, that's just how I'm going to manage this trade because of the 21 right there. And then I'm going to trim here, the figure, and then down here, and look, VWAP is getting close to where I want this to come back to. We're back inside the orb. That's a decent sign, but you see these 5-minute candle closes are still pretty strong. All right, we'll see if this trade plays out. I'll keep running the stream until then. Wow, Tessa rejected again. Look at SPY. Yeah, look at SPY. It's got to get under this though. There's still support here. Look where my 233 MA is, 178. Right around that VWAP area too. That's ultimate target, I think. I could actually add back in here. I could add back in here and add a couple trims here for a little bit more powder. Oh, come on down. Let's go. We want to trim right here and here and here and here and here. We're almost there. Come on, come on. Order filled. I just got trimmed. I had it at this equal wick. I had it right here. Boom, boom. There it is. Another trim right there. There's those next two trims we were looking for. Now we want to see if we can get the figure. We're down to, like I said, I could add a couple here, so I did. And we're looking for down here. So look at this, guys. We were short around 50 to 55. And we got down to 06. That's basically 50 points. I'll call it 40 points. Right on this 21. Let's get down here. Let's get down here. Come on. Get down here. There's a 15-minute orb high right there. So I don't watch that a whole lot, but just because I had it on for you guys earlier. There's the 15-minute orb high. Spy broke under, but look at this. Look at this. But I like that this candle's underneath here. But if they immediately buy this back over this, yeah. IWM's all over the place. Look at this. Look at this bounce. So that's why if we add anything here, we want to take more shorts here. Or, I mean, more trims here quick. So we pretty much got all we were looking for. And look at this quick buy off of this. I think I want to move my stop down. So is that our view out band? Boom. This is already setting up as bullish engulfing. If this candle closes like this, up here. But if it closes under here still, you're okay. But I think this is just your back test of this, which takes you here. Certainly looks like bullish engulfing here, but you have the orb and you have this right here to reject. So we'll see what happens. We're still in the trade. I'm going to run this stream until this trade ends, until it plays out. And then I'll jump on. I mean, I'm on spaces. I haven't really said anything on there. I can still hear them. Look at this rejection. That's nice. Nice, nice, nice. What moving averages are these? I have the blue one is a 9 EMA. This yellow is the 21. So you just add your EMA right there. Length 9, length 21. 5-minute chart. That's where I live all day long. This VWAP, if y'all didn't see this earlier, this is just the standard VWAP, but I checked this box right here to get the band multiplier. And as you can see why we get reactions around this area, especially on trend days, or if we break down today, you'll see a reaction usually right here. There's that 5-minute 233 EMA, the IMP EMA, as Casey loves to call it. SPY, you want to stay under previous day high if you're on the short side. This what's in play thing is so cool. And it's still in beta. I know you saw this. Still in beta. Make sure you check out Edgeful. I've got a link to it down in the description. I'll put it in the comments. I'll reply to the tweet. Just try it out. I believe they're still running 7 days free. Next Monday, I do have a live stream with Andre, who's the CEO and creator of all this, and he's gonna go through this. But we actually had a call offline, just between us, kind of going over some stuff and looking at potential. Imagine this right here, but boxed out, where you can see all 4 of these boxes together. Imagine being able to customize these to which ones you want. So if you wanted the gap, if you want this as 30-minute, if you want maybe pivot points, or I don't know, there's a million other reports. I mean, I could show you guys. I'm sure most of you already seen there's a million other reports, but no, you're Andre. You're El Rey, the king. This is Andre. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in this morning, actually. Nice when you have a trade workout on a live stream. The first one I've really done. I'll get to where I can actually put this over. The Edgeful indicators, Scott, they are built for TradingView. You get them with Edgeful. You sign up for Edgeful. There's 3 tiers. I think at least the second tier is the one where you get the indicators. I haven't looked at it. I have the top tier, but you sign up for Edgeful, you get, look at all these, and they keep adding them. Look at all these. Some of these are new. I haven't even seen yet. Any ICT traders out there, they even have that. Go figure. This one is still in play here. No breakout, but we do have a breakdown on SPY on the IB. This is a pretty even. That's really interesting, that first hour. Interesting. See if SPY rejects yesterday's high right here. If it gets back over this, I think that's pretty constructive. I mean, the bigger picture on SPY is very bullish still. The problem is we're just in this consolidation area. I drew this earlier in the stream. This is basically your SPX level to watch out for down here. There's that key level I drew on QQQ. We broke through it, but can we close over it? So essentially exactly where we're at right now. I almost want to draw this as a key level for NQ. Look how we're rejecting, the outer band of the VWAP, we're still under the EMA 9. If I zoom in here, you can see it a little bit better. There's that blue EMA 9s right here. There's my outer VWAP band, and this is my 30-minute orb. We're getting some rejection. It's still a few hours away. And the main thing, we're between the 9 and the 21. This is a major trap zone. We're under the orb, but we're over yesterday's high right here. Or right here, I'm sorry. Major trap zone, no new positions really right here, in my opinion. Oh, there's a ton of stuff on my screen right now. I took the drawings off. If we break down a little bit further here, I will draw a fib from here to here. And if I do this, it's going to bring it all back up. Now you got stuff all over here. I would probably hide some of these other ones, which those of you that don't know, you can jump over here and you can hide stuff pretty easily. So if you do get too congested, this would be your lower targets right here. So your overnight low to the high you made this morning. If this breaks down, right? So, I mean, right now we're still in this uptrend. I mean, look at these EMAs. If we break down below kind of this area, then we're looking for this down here, because this is overnight low, this is the high. Half back, 618 golden retrace. Pivot point is way down here. See, my trade's still valid. Remember, my entry was right here, guys. My stop was here. I could move my stop down, but I've trimmed enough that if it comes up here, it's not really going to hurt me. I don't really want to add anything else in because I already did once. If anything, if it did this, if it did come down and make this move down here and come back, then I would think about adding in here somewhere. If it did something like, let's just say it does something like this right here, I would probably think about trying to add, because to me that would be breaking the structure of the trend day. You can't really draw a decent trend line yet, but you can kind of eyeball where it is. I mean, yeah, it's just, there's just too much going on this chart right now. Tesla, as long as it holds here, you're good. And this looks kind of flaggy, but it also looks kind of rejecty. You could almost try to troll something like this. What I don't like is these upper wicks. As long as Tesla holds this, kind of higher low scenario. Where's my drawing tool? I mean, as long as you don't kind of break this, maybe. The problem with Tesla for me is it's just so extended already. How long ago was it we were... I mean, all this consolidation, we've moved up 11, 12, 13% from this area. This is a decent looking 30-minute candle right here if this goes any higher. Big candle up on Qs, and you've got this. That's not the best looking candle, obviously, on the 30-minute. Doji is just indecision. This right here, this candle, that's just indecision. Because this could easily do something like this. I mean... And then that's a flag, basically, all right? Previous day high on Qs. This is where patience matters right here. So if I start over trading this, start flipping around going, okay, well, it's holding down here. I want to get long. I get long right here while I'm risking that it comes right back here. If I try to short right here, we're still above all of this. This is why I call this a trap zone. So I got in where I wanted to get in. I don't want to like overtrade this. I don't want to overcomplicate it. I don't want to over risk anything. And get comfortable, at least in my trading strategy and what I think, get comfortable just sitting in a position with your trade thesis. My thesis was that we reject here and we come back here. That played out. I'm just holding runners now to see if we can go any lower. You start overthinking it, you start flipping around, you get yourself in trouble. Between yesterday's high and today's orb high, with all these EMAs right here, major trap zone. Major trap zone. If you have something different in your analysis, then hey, go for it. Trade your plan. My thoughts of where we're currently at is major trap zone right here. Because even if like I was trying to, okay, well, this is a red candle, let me get short right here, I'll watch it just go boom, and then I'm immediately underwater again. And we can't forget about this right here. Look at this, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher lows, higher lows. NVIDIA probably touches this. Lower high, slightly lower high. Looks flaggy. Until this part down here breaks, this is flaggy. And why wouldn't it be with a catalyst today? Previous day high, still very bullish. Amazon doing nothing. Microsoft double top, but look at this. Uptrend. That's what makes me think we probably come back up here. SPY rejected yesterday's high again, though. This is the only thing that really makes me want to sit here in this trade. SPY can pull the market either direction. There's been times where I've wanted to be short in NQ or QQQ. SPY is so strong that Qs won't even break down. It'll just chop at the bottom. Right now, we're kind of having the opposite effect. It looks like this wants to break out. I mean, as simple as it gets right here. Boom. Broke the highs, back tested yesterday's high, yesterday's value area, and bouncing. So we probably get back up here. I get stopped out, and then we look up here. Once again, if you got long anywhere in this area, this was the long spot. I would love for this to either go up here or come down here. I mean, I'm having fun streaming this for you guys, but pretty mixed bag though. QQQ, this is very bullish overall. SPY, this is still not great, but we're right in the middle. The midpoint of that orb right there. And I trade mostly with Top Step on funded accounts. So like when you say live, there's 3 levels on Top Step, and with pretty much all the prop firms. So you have your combine or your eval account, which is like your test that you have to pass. Then you get a funded account, or on Top Step they call it XFA. And that's the one where whatever requirements they have. So Top Step, for example, you have to have 5 days total of at least $200 profit without letting your account fail, obviously. I mean, if you lose $1,000 and then make 5 days of 200, obviously you're break even. You don't have any money to withdraw. But let's assume you get your 5 days of $200. You know, you've made $1,000. At that point, you can take a withdrawal. If you do take a withdrawal, obviously your account balance can't go below 0 at that point. So, you know, ideally you build a little bit of a cushion there. You work your way up. You get to where maybe you have, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 in there. Maybe take a $500 payout. Still leave yourself some breathing room, and yeah. And if you do well enough, they call up to live. So the live account on Top Step and most of the prop firms, that's where you actually are trading their money. They basically put you in an account where you trade their money instead of on a sim account. So you're actually making sim trades on these prop firm accounts. But the way that prop firms make most of their money off of people failing. I mean, that's the main business model. And then the people that aren't failing, where they are getting, you know, making payouts, they're obviously getting all this data, right? So TopStep can look at, all the traders that are on funded accounts that have passed the combine, and they can say, okay, it looks like majority of people are long here, majority of people are short here. Hey, these couple traders have been doing very well. They can look at all that data, right? And they can trade based off of that too. And then obviously after a certain threshold, then it's profit share. So I think if you make more than 10K on TopStep, after that it's 90-10, so they get 10% of the profit you make. Obviously, if you ever fail the account, then you just start back over. Super Dad, trap up or down? Right now, it would be... It's trappy. When I say trappy, that means either direction is low probability. Because you could... this is, to me, this has got a 50-50 shot of doing this or this. And both could easily happen. That's why I think it's very trappy right here. Also, the divergence. So you have SPY red right now. Q's green. You have a divergence. Tech is strong. Obviously, a lot of that's this right here. There's a catalyst here. So the other thing that kind of just creeps into my mind, you have NVIDIA super strong. Yesterday it was super strong. You had Jensen Huang came out and basically said that he was done selling for right now. So a lot of people saw that as, bullish. Maybe is that overhyped? Probably. It's probably a little bit overhyped. I don't put a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's always good that there's not, the CEO's not putting selling pressure with all of his share. Oh, here we go. This is looking like a better candle for the short side. But you don't want to enter right here because look where we are. Yesterday's high, yesterday's bulk of value, and the figure. You don't really want to enter here. If anything, you'd want to see this, like I was drawing a while ago. You want to see this come down here, then fail right here. Then you enter, trim here, and look for down here. Because SPY could continue to hold this down here. Basically 41%, we break both sides. This has to fail. Previous day high and the 15-minute orb, which like I said, I like the 30-minute orb, but this just happened to line up perfectly today, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. This would be the main target down here. So, and to convert this, so I watch QQQ all the time, and trade futures based off it. I like this. Remember, guys, I have trim set on my short. Let me pull it up over here on my other screen. 200. I have a trim here. I have a trim right here. Actually, I'm going to put that trim. I'm going to put it right here. 187. I could front run it at 190. It's probably the better idea. So I'll probably do 200, 190. And then I want this 182. Come on. Come on. Oh. I'm like a few ticks in front of the figure. I'm going to put my order, I've got it at 201. Probably should have front run that a few more ticks. I was about to tick off from my trim there. That's frustrating, but let's see if we can come back down. I don't want to chase it up here. Boy, it bounced right off that trim that I had sitting there too. But we'll be patient. Let it come to us. Keep getting phone calls. I love that I can just shake my head. That's getting bought up pretty strong. That's frustrating I didn't get the trim right there. A couple ticks away, but that's okay. This candle getting bought all the way back up here. This thing is still strong. It's still bullish. Boy, look at AMD. Oh, Nvidia's trying to break down though. We're okay. Look, this candle stayed above the 21. Still trappy. So very, very trappy. We're still okay. 30-minute orb's actually right here. And the main thing, I'm still SPY. Still, I mean, it's still holding this, but it's still struggling. Dow is weak. IWM weak. Alright, Apple's coming back down. Still a strong Microsoft. Kind of a mixed bag. Mixed to strong overall still. But sometimes you see this, like, you see strength, and when it can't go anywhere, it's got to come down lower to pick up more buyers, which is kind of what it did right here. It obviously picked up more buyers. The book map at this 200 area, there's a lot of resting orders right here. Like, they want to hold it over here. The next level on book map down is 150. Just right down in this area. That would be my ultimate target. So, like, M&Q, I'm sitting in like 5 right now. So I told you guys I would trim here, here, here. Probably No, actually I have 4. So I'm trimming here, 2, 3, and then my ultimate target probably right in this area. I mean, this would be the best target. I just, because of how strong this is, I'm trying to keep my trims fairly reasonable because it's probably as likely that we come up here and stop me out just based on the price action so far. Meta strong. NVIDIA needs to come under this. NVIDIA needs to come back down to right here. That would help us out, but it's too strong. I mean, they just keep buying it up right here in the same trend area. AMD's trying to break this previous high right here. Yeah, AMD gets over this. And there's a lot of traffic right here. A lot of traffic right at this level, but if you get over in this area, then interesting. Running out of room in this flag right here. What do I look for when I enter a position? I'm looking for strength, strength weakness near key level. So like when I started this stream earlier, this right here and this right here were the two big areas I was highlighting on the upper side. I had multiple layers of confluence up here. But you don't want to just like go all in and enter just because you have a level here. Because look at this. I mean, if you entered here with a 10-point stop or so, 12-point stop, you got stopped out for a loss just for it to work out. So like I took a starter here, I added a little bit here, and I knew like I could risk up into here with a little bit. And then once we got this candle, I could take, I was like, I don't know. This was a tough one to play because of the price action this morning. It was still close to the open, and it's strong just in general. Because it's a counter trend trade, right? That's a tough trade to take now. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that went into this. A lot of factors that I kind of process. So you don't want to overcomplicate things, but the more confluence you can put together, the better. I mean, right now, what's going through my mind? Right now I have EMAs right here that we're still like struggling with. We haven't really got away from the EMA 9 at all. We're finally closed a candle kind of below the 21. We're sitting at yesterday's highs trying to support, but we've tested it a couple times now. Is it going to hold still? We'll find out. But we haven't made another, here's a high, here's a lower high, here's a lower high. And really, because of this, and this is equal lows basically. This wick did come down, but this is basically equal lows still. So I really don't have like higher low, higher low, higher low. I have lower high, lower high, lower high, higher low, equal low, kind of invalidating this. I want this right here. I want 200, and I want to just boom, and I want to get fill. If it comes to here, I'll get 3 fills all at once. That would be the ideal. Well, I planned on doing like a 30-minute to an hour-long stream, but here we are still trading. Live trading, why not? Semis are getting really, really tight right here. This is, SMH is the semiconductor ETF. Amazon's weak. Apple, very weak. Look at this. This is helping our case right now. Look at this midpoint of the orb. I put a whole thread out on this. Where's NVIDIA? Okay, NVIDIA's finally coming. Just let go. Just come down to here, NVIDIA. And that should give us our fills down to here. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Tickle my order. Look at SPY. I've got it on my other screen here, but just so you guys can see it. There it was, order filled. I just heard it. Boom. 201. Order filled. We're down to 3 left. I don't even remember how many I originally took. I think I had like 12 or something up here, but I immediately trimmed a de-risk just based on this action. I just didn't want to risk up to here with how many I had. Come on. There's a 200 break. Let's see if we can get 190. Right here. We need it right here. And then right here and right here. I've got... Because I have a trim set for here, I'm front running up here just to split that risk. I know that sounds interesting, but that's just the way my brain works. I could just put 2 trims both right here, but I'd rather hit here and then here. Right on that opening candle high there. I mean, that could bounce. Could bounce. We'll just trust the trade, though. There was a lot of resting orders there at that 200. I don't see a lot of buys, though. I'm looking over at the book map. There's some coming in right here, though. There's some hitting right where we're at. Could be some shorts covering. I don't know. We really want to stay under this. I'm going to move my stop down to right in this area. Like that 240 area. So if we come back up here, I want to get stopped out here. I don't want to hold any runners up to here and just give up that extra 10 points or so. Because I think we'll be safe. I still think we're going to get this. I still think we're going to get it. I think we at least get this right here, 187. Once again, I'm front running 190 for a trim. And then I've got a trim sitting here because of this to this is one of my favorite plays. And it could wick off here, or it could just wick through VWAP to here and then phew. So I've got resting order trims down there. But I mean, let's think about what we've got. Let's see. We've got about 60 points or so. Let's see. I got that trim right around this area. 55 points. That's a pretty good trade to start out the day. If it wants to go down here, hey, wonderful. Buy looks like it wants to kind of break down. Sharky has a level right here. QQQ, I want it to come to here. And they could easily just close this candle and hold 200, right? Book map update 150 is where they've got a bunch of resting orders if we lose this area. There are some, I can see them right at that like 180 area. Right in this area. There's some resting orders here. And then there's a big amount of resting orders right here. Don't want to see it, really want to see it reject right now. Gets up here, it's going to invalidate the trade. I mean, I don't want it to come any higher than this on these runners. Those candle close right there. You want SPY to reject here and not recapture this. Big old bounce here. If this doesn't reject here, I'm going to get stopped out right up here. Because it's starting to look like a little flaggy. It's looking flaggy. Flagpole looks flaggy. Did you short it here again? Probably not. If you longed off 200 where that liquidity was. The nice thing is we got a really good trade. We got a trim here. We only had a handful left in case we got this area. And if we get over this, really this area right here. But we want to see if they're going to keep it under. NVIDIA basically came, I wanted it to right here. That's pretty close. Now NVIDIA could just come back test this area right here and reject again, or this area. Tesla strong. Oh, Microsoft broke out. Yeah. Previous day high. There's your target on Microsoft. Look at your EMAs. They never crossed. They were trying to cross until this candle happened. It was always a long. Hey, Frankie. What's up, Frank? I can hear you guys on Spaces in my other ear. If I start talking to both, it's really going to confuse the stream. As long as you stay under this right here, the short's still valid, but so is the long off of 200 where that sometimes you look at the bigger time frame. Bullish engulfing right here so far. Now if this candle gets pushed back down in this area to close in 2 minutes, maybe not, but still, I mean, you bullish engulfed this candle on a 15, 30 minutes trying to All right, we're still in business because we made a lower high. That's why I didn't really want to stop out just yet. There we go. There we go. So we're still alive. That's why we don't want to just like react to stuff. We don't want to chase along because look how quickly this came right back down. If you're taking the long, this is the area to start trying to add now. I don't really like it because we're back inside this VWAP band. We haven't touched VWAP. And SPY, to me, still looks like a downtrend. Yum, yum. That's a downtrend on SPY. Lower, here's your high. Lower high so far. All right, well, because of the structure, I don't want to add anything here, especially what we just came off of, but we're still in these runners. We're still looking for this. And guys, I do adjust my trims like as we go. So if I had a trim that I was looking for VWAP, and VWAP was down here earlier, I want to move that up. And look, 190, this 190 trim's still going to be a pretty good trim right above VWAP. Biden's making comments about Middle East. Biden says an all-out war is possible in Middle East, but there's also a possibility of what? And I had to mute myself. Hey, we may have World War III. We may have a complete settlement. That is a reckless statement right there. Reckless. Right back under these EMAs. Right on yesterday's high. Remember that trap zone I was talking about? Yesterday's highs and ORPI? Big trap. You need to get out of this or out of this before you think about taking any trades. And you could look to try to long this. Honestly, this area down here would be, you better look for the long. Right here. Scott said, "Who's Biden?" Frank, it was always a long and always a short. Oh, and it's 50-50. You know which side I'm usually on. I just don't have any confidence in the Bulls this time of year. Come on. We want this right here. We want boom, trim, boom, trim. Come see us down here. I'll tell you what, let me jump over here to a clean chart. We look at overnight low, 143. $167. This could be a trim spot too. If we get underneath, this 167 could be a trim. There, come on, break it down. Give me this right here. Give it to me. Started to look at this. We usually don't break both sides of the IB. Let's look at that. Oh, we broke. Oh, well, no. So, oh, this is on QQQ though. Let's go to QQQ. So the stats say 72% chance we break one of these two sides. This one or this one. That is a high chance that we're going to go somewhere away from we're going to break this or this at some point today. We're closer to this one, but we did fail. So this is going to be an interesting to watch play out. If we do come down here and break, oof, that's going to be interesting to monitor. Did I just get rugged from spaces? No. Jordy, I got rugged. Come on, let's just give me VWAP. We want VWAP. These EMAs trying to cross here, but they haven't crossed yet. Under yesterday's high. Under that right there. Come on, baby. This tweezer top was nice right here. And look, this is a lower high from here, which is a lower high from here, which is a lower high from here. That's why I never stopped out or got out of this trade with the runners, because this never invalidated for me. Now we're 10 points away from the next trim. If I would have stopped out right here, I mean, look, we're 30 points lower. I would have given up 30 points. So I have my thesis. I have what I want to happen, and and even if that does still happen, I still have the opportunity to get this. Remember I was talking about on ES earlier. This up here, there was a massive wall up here, and look where we're breaking down. This is my 233 EMA on the 5 minute. Oh, just got it. I just heard it. Boom. There it is, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. I didn't quite get to this 183 yet, but I got this trim right here at 190. Boom, there it is. Boom! Let's go. All right, little update. My average is right in here. 70 points. 70-point trade. Now I will move my stop down here. Into profit. Honestly, I don't want to see this recapture now. I want to see this stay under. Now, I talked about this earlier. I could, if I really want to try it, I could look for, because I talked about this earlier, I drew this out. I said if it does this and comes back up here and rejects, I could do something like this. So I could, get that off screen. I could add, even if it does this, because here's your EMAs. If this pops back up here, I could add here. I don't really want to. Jordy's playing on his stream. I got Jordy's stream pulled up in another tab. All right, we're piercing through the level. I think we got a good chance. We want down here. Let's get 167. The other way you could draw this would be low of day. We'll see. I have my order set here. How many do I have left? Oh, I have 2 left. Okay, so we trim one somewhere in here. I only have 1 order down there. Trim one somewhere in here, and we put our other order right here. Right here, 144. I'm going to put an order here to front run this, and I'm going to put an order 167. Do I want to put it at 167? No, I want to put it down here. I want 157. Let's go 160. Only got 2 left anyway. Let's go 160 and 145 for the rest of this trade. If we get 145, it's basically a 100-point trade. But look, they're buying it up off of this. That could easily go whoop. That's why I want to put my stop probably, I mean, at least right here, but I think I want to put my stop down here because I don't want to see this go back up now. SPY, this is kind of breaking structure on SPY. Hey, Nvidia played out like I wanted. Failed this quick uptrend, and it's coming back trying to find some support down here. 123 is a big level. I've had marked for a long time. Interesting. AMD cool off finally, a little bit. Microsoft stopped breaking out. Microsoft's back testing the orb. This could easily bounce right now. Amazon trying to hold lower orb. Slightly broke it though. Ooh, Google got smoked. I've been live for 2.5 hours already. All right, we're having fun today, boys and girls. Don't want this to bounce off of here and go over this. I want it to reject. It's back over 200 already. Now we've seen these big bounces already get sold off. So that's been our character of the day. But we want to reject here. This is a pretty good looking tweezer for longs. People buying off of VWAP, it would make sense that this probably goes back up to here. If it can get over this. It didn't bullish engulf. We stayed under right here. I'm gonna switch out headphones here. I've been on here so long my headphones are dying. We'll watch and see if this 5-minute candle closes over right here over the 200. Still looking okay. SPY is still weak, even though you had these wicks down here. You could keep buying it up, but Red SPY, red Dow. What are y'all doing to IWM? Oh my god. IWM trades so weird. Wow, look at this daily candle in the Dow. Obviously it could get bought up today, but break the previous day low. Pretty bearish. Interesting. What else is outperforming down here today? Oh, my DraftKings. All right. Oh, this is one I've been talking about. That's that bear flag I've been watching on Coinbase. Is crypto down today? Wait, every time Bitcoin gets up here 63 to 65, it's a short. Every time. Until next month. Yeah, they're still buying up SPY here. So under these EMAs, turn this off, you can kind of see the action. There's VWAP again. You want to see this happen. Come on, drop it. Right now I have a trim sitting right here. There it is. Come on. Get under these candles right here. Get under this candle right here. It pierced it. Right here. This is where we want. This is my trim spot. And this is my full exit spot. Now remember on this other chart I drew, this could be half back. Could bounce right here. I'm going to move my stop to right here. Lowercase h here. Microsoft failed the orb hold for now. Amazon just been weak all day. About this pop and fade across the board today. Look at Tesla. Tesla wants to break out whenever the market's trying to break down. Why does that always seem to happen? That's Amazon's playbook. What are you doing, Tesla? Check Baba. What is Baba up today, though? Oh, that's right. Well, wasn't it up like 8% yesterday? What kind of chart is this? What is this? Everything China makes me leery. Like, if y'all are in the China play, K-Web. I don't trust it. I mean, I don't trust it. I'm not gonna short it, but I don't trust it. I don't know. There's so many problems. The fact that they're doing what they're doing from a macro perspective to try to make it happen. There's just bigger issues going on already. So ugh. PDD's paper's favorite short. The problem is Baba is actually not a bad company. Ugh. I mean, this is constructive overall for Baba, but if I was going to be long anything China, it would be Baba. Super Dad, this is the first time I've actually streamed during the day. Usually I do live streams like pre-market or trade reviews after hours. This is the first time I've streamed during the day. I kind of like it. Oh, QQQ hit that level though. So I had this. Let's see what we're working with here. This is that level we just bounced off of, which was August high. This level right here, August high. They're buying it off of that. Oh, the trading philosophy? Trading philosophy, so Globex is a weird thing. You have to be so like if you trade Globex, you have to be very keen of like the global markets, like what they're doing, what's going on in their picture. Like you have to do some research on it. In my opinion, I mean, you can just try to trade pure price action and levels, but you have to watch out for like whenever Tokyo closes and opens their market. Obviously the London Open. So if you look at this, London, here, let me do something here. This will make it easier to see actually. So London session opens here, but I think the like actual trading hours open around 3. You almost always see like a lower high of the night right around this 3 a.m., which I'm sound asleep. But I like this indicator right here because it has them pre-programmed for Tokyo, London, and New York. And you see Sydney right here. And it's got all these like built in for me. So I just kind of go off of this. You can Google all the different ones, obviously. But you can change these names. You can change this to Asia or Euro session. I do like this. There's a report that goes with it. When London is green, New York, the stats at New York is going to be green as well, is pretty well. So, like, honestly, I don't think we break this at all today. If we get down here, I almost want to flip long. And let me show you, I'll just show you the report that I'm talking about. So I've shown this one before on other streams, but there it is. So look at London and New York. If London closes green, 75% of the time New York is going to have a green close. So here's where London started, and here's where London closed. So that's a green. New York started here. So anything above this, I mean, I wouldn't expect this to go red based on the probabilities. So I use that for my targets right now. Like, so if this breaks down, I think this, and I have a lot of stuff in that area down there, the 150s to 130s. Even if we came down to this area, I mean, boom, and we could easily finish right back up in here somewhere. But yeah, the biggest one to remember is your 10:30 right here. This is where London session closes, and you see a reaction a lot of times around this area because when London closes, I mean, once we kind of get, a lot of times I don't even like to trade until around this time, but unfortunately we came up to those levels I was looking at. Still holding VWAP, midpoint of the orb, chopping around. This candle was under the 200, but we're still trying to push back into it. But these EMAs are keeping us down right now. I don't need market sessions for that. See what our sectors are doing. So this is why SPY's so weak. Look at this right here. Energy is getting destroyed. Is oil down today? Oh yeah, oil. Look at oil. Down 2.25%. Energy is getting killed. This is weighted decently into SPY, so this is pulling SPY down. Discretionary. A lot of this is Amazon and Tesla, and Amazon's red. I mean, there's a lot of other things into it too, but your banks are struggling below previous day low, and they had a rough day yesterday, and they're getting continuation today. Look, here's a bunch of my banks that I watch. Look at this. Red. That explains why SPY is so weak, and that's why I want to stay on the short side right now, especially. If anything, ES was probably the clearer short this morning. Up here, any of this up here. Almost 20 points. It's a pretty good area. Look, I like this. I like the look of this. Which I think SPY is just going to try to drag down tech. I think it's just going to keep trying to drag us down here. But tech in general is strong. We're green. Barely, but we're green. We're right here on yesterday's highs for tech. I'm gonna keep my stop right here on this last couple of runners in profit. The problem is tech is still strong. So if SPY reverses, you want to get out of the way quick. But nothing really looks like it wants to reverse. I mean, this is a big area. Let's go to a higher time frame. I mean, what I see here is this lower high and a trend break. You see this kind of trend. Or I drew that earlier. Or under it. It looks like the rest of the day we probably do a lot of this. Which we don't have many catalysts. We have that NVIDIA and Meta event. I think Zuckerberg's talking at 1. So like in 40 minutes or so. We have this after the close for semis. And we have the auction coming up. But those aren't really that big event. Tomorrow is going to get more fun. Tomorrow with this jobless claims, that's probably the biggest focus right now in the macro is the job side of things. We have the New York Fed is hosting like a treasury event or something. And this, I know everybody's looking at this and going, oh no, Powell's speaking. It's a pre-recorded speech. I looked it up. Bowman had a speech yesterday. I can't remember where I found this. Oh, here it is. Right here. My stop is sitting right here because I don't want this to reject if it tests it. Honestly, I'd love to see this reject right here and do this, but goes over this. We'll just be done with the trade. Probably shut down the stream, go jump on Spaces, and of course in the Discord. So I do live trade. I don't share my screen, but I do live trade on Spaces and Discord all day long, every day. Discord, obviously, I can post more charts and examples, interact a lot more than I can on Spaces, but I also love trading on Spaces with the other boys, and Eva when she's there, of course. This needs to reject, or we're going to go ahead and get out of this trade and call it a nice win. And SPY just looks bearish as hell. Look, they are crushing energy. Crushing. Financials, healthcare. I mean, look, these two sectors right here combined. Let's see, what's that? 1224. Industrials are getting beat up today too. Energy's getting beat up today too. So all of that is going to outweigh technology. And you look at those sectors, they're all red. Industrials, red. There's your healthcare, red. Here's your banks. There's your energy. Highest weighted sector, technology, is slightly green. That's the only thing holding it. I mean, I think we would be having a pretty ugly day. Look at oil. Goodness gracious. Book map update. Nothing. There's a little bit waiting at 150, 125, a lot waiting at 2100, 20,100 that is. ES, there's just not a whole lot. So that tells me it's probably going to be a range day. We probably don't go, we may not even get down here, or maybe later. But we probably just range. I mean, SPY probably comes back up and does, I mean, SPY could just hang out. It could come up here and reclaim. It could come up and reject this again and just do this. I just don't see anybody aggressive on anything. All right, we're trying to get over, see if they don't put another tweezer in right here like they did here. Yesterday's high right there, of course. Where are we at on Qs? Is that the same thing? Yeah. So basically what I'm looking, yesterday's high. This needs to reject. All right. Right, yesterday's high, you want this to reject. If it comes up here, I'm not a fan of it. If anything, it's tough because if it did something like this, you would almost want to long this and try for something like this. High of day right in here, that target. But the problem is with SPY so weak, tech being the only thing strong, I don't want to get long. If anything, I would rather see this happen. Like that. But the bigger possibilities are more like this. That's probably what we're going to get. Somebody tries to call it a scalper's paradise. That is, to me, that is just because any of these moves could just blow up in your face. If you're trying to scalp short here, this could blow up in your face here. You try to short here, it could break and go if SPY turns around. What if we just watch Jordy's stream? Anybody want to watch Jordy's stream? Streamception. We're in Streamception. I think my audio is cutting out because I am running so many programs on here. I'm using way too much bandwidth, which I have another laptop that I could stream off of next time around. So probably what I'll do next time, I may open up this other laptop. I have Bookmap running on that other laptop. I may do my stream over there and all my trading stuff over here. But I have so much stuff running right now. I mean, I'm looking at my. Let's see. I have Weeble up. I have how many tabs open right now in. Yeah, I have what? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 trading view tabs open. I have Edgeful. I have earnings. I have all this. I have Twitter open. I have Discord running. I have Top Step X running over here. Benzinga Pro with the squawker. I'm watching Jordy stream. The only reason I say that, I mean, Jordy mentioned it, but normally when I stream, I don't have all this stuff going during the middle of the day. So, like, normally I have, like, just TradingView and stuff open when I do the stream, because my bit rate on my YouTube right now, usually it's great. Right now it says my stream health is good, not excellent. Ooh, Ace the Kid, Jordy? That's the GOAT. That's the young prodigy. So is this a shooting star rejection of yesterday's high? Kind of looks like it. A reclaim of this. That's good. SPY still looks terrible. That's the main reason why, like, really, I can sit in the short without really worrying, because I've already trimmed. I've already made pretty much all my profit, right? I'm just trying to let these runners do some work for me and get down here. I have no reason to get out. Lower highs, lower highs. I mean, we've created this. As long as SPY is weak, I just don't think this is going to go anywhere. So I don't want to get long. And if I wasn't anything, I would probably just be sitting here staring at it. We're just talking to the boys on stream. Whoever that Ace the Kid guy is. Well, they need to figure out how we can, like, multi-stream. I like this a lot right here, by the way. Shooting star, immediate. Yes, I like this a lot. I like it a lot. This right here, this area is the key, though. It's got to break this. These wicks are telling me that it's getting bought up down here every time. But we came up, we found some more sellers. We stayed inside of yesterday's high. Now we want to break this, and we want to come down in this area. Failed orb high. We made it to the midpoint. Now we want to try to get down here. Once again, this would be... I mean, I don't think there's a high probability chance that we make it all the way down here. That's why even like right here, probably, this would be like my ultimate target. trim here, and then here. SPY is getting wrecked. Hi, Jordy. I love you. Oh, how the turntables turn. The turns have tabled. They're buying it off you. Look at that 190 where I trimmed earlier. Boop. I don't like this. A little bit of buyers on the tape right now. Let me see what size. It's still a mixed bag though on size. It's still a pretty mixed bag here. Look how they close this candle right back above the MA9 though. Under the 21. We're still good. This is why I don't freak out of every little move. You have to look at the bigger picture. I mean, because that could just be shorts covering. Who knows? $30-minute, nothing constructive. Look at this hourly. I mean, this can be a flag still, in a way. It could still come down to here, and it could still be a flag. Because if you really look at it, that could still be a flag. See that? It's all about however you draw it, right? Still could be a flag, and we're still sitting. Yeah. It's just got the feeling like it could turn around. If I tell you it doesn't look like it's turning around. Spy. I spy a weak chart. I haven't even looked at VIX. There's just nothing to be volatile about. I mean, tomorrow, maybe some of this commentary here, these jobless claims, and then you follow that up with PCE on Friday. Earnings-wise, you have nothing. Costco, I like Costco, but Costco earnings, just particularly that stock, they release their numbers like every month. They have like a monthly sales update. So like you don't ever get like big surprise out of Costco. Well, you talk about just a chugging train right here. Costco. This is looking a little constructive here. Honestly, I want this just to pop back up here over 220 and get me out of this trade, stop me out, and take a little break. I posted a tweet on this the other day. Look what time we're at during the day right now. Rarely make new highs or lows during this time of day. Low time kicks up a little bit at 1 o'clock, 12:45 to. I mean, we're not anywhere near highs or lows on Qs, but on ES we are. Trying to reclaim some EMAs, but it's ugly. It is ugly, ugly, ugly. Where's my stream chat? Scott, that is something that they keep, I've heard that point made about Costco. I don't think it's not maybe a negative as much as it is you don't want to initiate new trades on Costco, if that makes sense. Because just because something is overvalued or trading at a really high PE, I mean, it has incredible momentum. So for me, I own a little bit of Costco equity long term. So I'm sitting here going, okay, I need to trim out some probably for where it's at, but how much do I want to take off the table? I probably still want to leave something there, even though it's at such a high PE. But I don't want to probably initiate anything new, just based on where it's at and the valuation of it. I mean, it's had an incredible run. You guys have probably heard me joke about Walmart a lot, which Walmart's had an even better run. And that's another thing where it's you're up a lot on equity. You want to maybe sell some and redistribute it somewhere. But at the same time, it's But if I'm looking to get in something new, so if I want to add something, and that's why really since June, I've said this on Spaces a few times, since June, I really haven't done much options swinging, and I really haven't done much long-term buying. If anything, I've just been kind of trimming and sitting on some cash. Do I sell calls on it? I really haven't got into doing that a lot. I know people talk about it, and that's kind of I'm not buying it, I'm not selling it, maybe I should just sell calls and stuff. I mean, maybe that's an idea at some point, but it's something I'm studying and looking into still. Just for me, I am the type of person that I want to know something like the back of my hand before I really start doing it a lot. When I got into futures, I didn't touch options for probably a year. Just didn't even touch them. I said I am fully going to be focused on futures. And until I really kind of learn it like the back of my hand. And then I still do some long-term stuff here and there, but I really haven't traded that much options because I wanted to learn futures. And that goes with anything I've ever done. It's just my personality type. I want to know the when, the why, the how, the where, and every detail I can. I really want to learn before I dive into something. So when it comes to like covered calls, like selling puts or selling calls, either way, covered calls, which very safe, very smart option. I actually love the strategy. I just don't do a whole lot of it. Um, and there's not like a whole lot of stocks where I'm just like comfortably deep with over 100 shares. Just me personally. We're still rejecting these EMAs. Beautiful. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. So like, it's something that I'm continuing to monitor and study, and obviously the goal is to build up my account to where, like my long-term account, I will have plenty of shares in all of my main positions to be able to sell some covered positions like that. Where I'm at right now, especially most of my long-term equity holdings are things that I want to stay in. So I don't know that I even want to take the risk of something like that. Like maybe not there's some names that are probably cyclical where it's like, maybe it's like on shoes. Maybe that's something where like, hey, it's something I want to own right now. It's something that I like as a company. I think it's got some nice upside for the future. But where's on? There it is right there. But is this something I want to hold forever? I don't know. Maybe I want to start selling some calls up here, and if my shares get taken away from me, great. This area right here is where I was long on shoes, so I'm at a double on that equity. I didn't even realize that. Wow. I hadn't even looked at these charts. Some of these longer term positions, I look at them from time to time, but I haven't even looked at some of them in quite a while. Because I'm not really interested in buying anything right now with where the market's at and the conditions we're in. I don't have any concerns about it, so I'm not like selling a bunch of stuff, but I just want to have the dry powder for the next dip when or if it comes. It'll come eventually at some point, and it may go higher first. That's fine, because I'm still pretty invested. I would say I'm probably in the 25 to 28% cash right now. I've just mostly been raising cash since the summertime, and I think the only thing I've really I bought some DraftKings. This is the only thing I really remember like adding to. When we came down in this area, I actually added some DraftKings, but it's because my cost basis is like, it was down here somewhere. I think I added some here because I was accumulating here. I think I added some here, and on this dip, I know I bought some because this was like right after earnings, and I know I bought some right in here somewhere, and that's worked out. This actually looks like a pretty good chart. Look at that weekly. It's a nice little flaggy flag there. IWM was always a short. Can SPY get to this 570 finally? Oh, there we go. All right, break this down. SPY could bounce here though. That's what's tough. 570 could bounce, but we did just break under pre-market low here. See, this is why I stayed short. Look at this. Boom. Boom. This is why I stayed short. There's no reason for me to really get, even think about long with Putin stalking at the UN right now. SPY getting bought up pretty quick right there. We need this to go bump, bump. Putin talking about nuclear weapons right now at the UN. That's that may not be great for the market or the world. Maybe we could just hold this area of value here, but how long have I been streaming, guys? 3 red crows. Somebody sees it. Just over 3 hours. Wow. Boy, time flies. Well, this is what we needed to fail on SPY. You need this to continue to fail a little bit. This could pop up right here, though. This is where they lull you to sleep. So, like, in my position from here, I have no reason to get out of it. I could lock in profit here, but there's still potential that it comes down lower. Why would I get out? Just because I'm getting antsy, you know? I mean, unless this, like, comes back up here, that's the only time I really want to get out. We do have the auction. Where's that? Five-year in 8 minutes or so. Yeah, just over 8 minutes. Not surprised SPY's bouncing off this 570 psychological level. There's some liquidity they put back up on NQ above us up in this area right here, which could be where they just want to short again, or if they're getting long here, that's their target, or they're saying if this breaks structure, get long here and take it here. I don't know. NVIDIA Meta event starts at top of the hour as well. Do we have a link to that somewhere? Surely somebody posted it. See if my buddy Evan at Stock Market News has a link. Surely somebody's got this link. Meta Connect 2024. I have to watch this on my Facebook. Yeah, I click watch now on this thing. It takes me to my Facebook. I don't want to do all that. Sorry guys, no Facebook for you. Where have we seen this same thing? See, this is where it lulls you into like, okay, add some more in right here again and trim it back out down here. But the longer I've been in this trade, the more I think this is probably, yeah, this could potentially hold here. Especially oh, we got my 10-minute. At this point, we need this to hold and this to break, or this breaks and we go back up here. I was expecting this stream to be like an hour top. And here we are sitting in the same trade since right here. Well, well, well. We have been in the lunch hour for the last, basically right at an hour, so let's see if they come back and do anything here. That meta event will start, and the auction was about to hit. Let's see if we get any type of movement from that. I just heard Pfizer, they just called out Pfizer on the squawker. What is, I have Pfizer over here. What? I can't remember the ticker for Pfizer. What the hell? PFE, that's what it is. I didn't hear what they said. I didn't hear what they said, but it wasn't good. Putin says Russia would consider using nuclear weapons if it gets reliable information about the start of mass cross-border attack by air from strategic and tactical aviation, cruise missiles, drones, and hypersonic weapons. Okay. What a dump. Oh, Pfizer. I just dropped a link to Edgeful for anyone that wants to try it. We're finally trying. Look at this outer view up, man. 144. I need this level tested and this level tested. Come on, roll it over. Break this level here, go down here somewhere. There's a whole number right there too. I kind of like that. Spy new low. VIX just shot green. I just heard Jordy and Shark talk about it. Come on. Come on down. Boom. Let's go. There. Got it. Full target right there. Boom. Let's go. Fully out right there. I had it right in here. So 100-point trade. I am fully out. Thanks for tuning in. How about that? All right. Well, I am going to wrap up the stream there. 100-point plus trade. First day doing the stream. I'm going to figure out how to do this more often. But I appreciate everyone that turned up, whatever. No, I do appreciate all you guys. I am going to be on Spaces and Discord. I'll drop some links down here. Surely most of you probably found me through Twitter anyway, so you've got most of my links on there. Make sure you listen to us on Spaces. Go watch Jordy's stream. Actually, I tell you what. Anybody in here, check out Jordy's stream. Right there, Ace the Kid. Jump over there. If you jump over there, say avocado. If you go to Jordy's stream, say avocado for me. I'm going to wrap it up, though. I appreciate everyone that tuned in, and we'll see you guys next time around.